Cold game. First round draft pick. Welcome to another episode of Cold Game. I'm your host, Isaiah Dotson. I'm here with my co-host, Malcolm McNeil. Cuz, how you feeling?
Feeling good, feeling great. Glad to be back on.
Absolutely, man. Indiana is coming off one of the wildest football seasons, but the rest of the state, cuz, we got some answers. We got some questions that need to be answered. So on today's show, we're going to run down the post-championship fallout, hoops, expectations versus reality, the Pacers in the number one pick dream, the coach confusion right now, the Indiana high school hoopers up next. If you haven't already, make sure you follow, like, subscribe to the channel on YouTube, Facebook, TikTok, everywhere we at. It helps our channel grow. With that being said, let's get straight into it, cuz. Indiana football. Now the conversation switches from can they sustain it? So what do you expect from this Indiana football team going forward, cuz? And can we keep this momentum rolling?
Oh man, absolutely. Absolutely. I think for IU football, they're at the start of their let me not call it a dynasty because I don't want to get, too far ahead of myself. But I mean, if you go back to last year, when nobody had IU on their radar, 2 years ago, and then they went ahead and made it to the college football playoffs. Who did we lose to? Notre Dame.
Yes.
Lost to Notre Dame. Came back, rebooted, and won a national championship just like that. In 2 years. So year three, I know within the leadership of Signetti, I know that's not going to just be a fall off year. So he's reloaded. That offense, has Hoover. He brought in Hoover. Josh Hoover had 3,400 yards last year and 29 touchdowns. You know what I'm saying? I mean, so he has another quarterback. You see what he did with Fernando, even though Fernando was a killer before he got to IU. He brought in another killer quarterback. Alberto went ahead and said, let me go ahead and get on up out of here because he's seen the writing on the wall. I mean, thank you for, I think he's the reason that Fernando came to IU. But he's seen the writing on the wall with Josh Hoover coming back. And there's one thing, even when I talk about the Colts, man, that's the hardest position to secure. And that kind of really, people overlook that. You get you a veteran quarterback back here in your system and you already have a great system. I mean, that's a reload waiting to happen. And then you are bringing in guys like Nick Marsh, got Charlie Becker coming out back, bringing in Turbo. I mean, you tell me, cuz that sound like a reload to me. It don't sound like no, we rebuild. That sound like a reload. So, what happened when you reload, you keep firing. So that's my opinion.
You could have said it any better, cuz I think that's exactly what Coach Kirknetty's on, the entire staff. We are shifting from this championship, which we already was preparing after or during this playoff run. Coach Ignetti started bringing his recruits as we were at the Rose Bowl, the Peach Bowl. We already had a game plan going forward. And now with this roster we got coming back next year, we're going to put the nation on notice that the IU's here to stay. This is just not a one-season fluke. This is just not a two-season, spark in the pan. No, Indiana football is for real now. We have a serious coach, possibly what some are calling the greatest coach of all time. And here's why. It's different than a Nick Saban who inherited an already dormant program that was a powerhouse at Alabama, or when he was at LSU and had a powerhouse at LSU, went to the NFL, came back. This is not that. This is a coach taking an all-time losing program, the most losingest program ever, and rising them up to greatness. That's what's making him be put in the conversation of the greatest coach of all time. Because I don't know if there's any coach, Saban, you could have brought Bear out of retirement. You could have brought in any coach, and I don't think any coach would have did the job that Coach Kirknetty has done. Would any coach had brought Indiana to a national championship game and won the national championship? I don't think so. If you naming that coach who could have brought Indiana to a national title, then he could possibly be the greatest coach of all time. But I don't think that was a coach out there who could have did that. It was only one in a trillion, and that man was Coach Kirk Cinetti. That's why he's being talked about as the greatest coach of all time, in my opinion. That's how I look at him, because he completely changed the trajectory of this program. And now what we're seeing now, cuz, is the recruitment. The recruiting is going up. So we started to pick up guys. We just picked up a guy yesterday, Jeremiah Jones. We gave him a shout out. We picked him up yesterday. Class of 2027. He's the first player out of the state of Indiana from the class of 2027 to commit to Indiana. Major commitment. And he joins the class. I think it's 5 so far in the class of 2027. But this class of 2026 that we got coming in this year, dogs. And we're bringing back so much talent. We got Jamari Sharp coming back. Farrell. We added A.J. Harris. Isaiah Jones is coming back. Rolijah Hardy. Tyreek Tucker. Mario Landino. We just got dogs all across the roster, cuz. So it's going to be no drop-off. And so now what we're seeing is fans of other teams coming out saying, well, where have these Indiana fans been? Where have these Indiana Hoosier football fans been this whole time? I'll let you talk about that, cuz. How do you feel about people coming out and saying, where have y'all been? Are y'all really IU football fans?
That's what I would say. When you're from a place like Indiana, you're a fan of all your teams. You know what I'm saying? If you're an Indiana sports, fanatic, you love your Hoosiers, you love your Colts, you love your Pacers. You know what I'm saying? You love your Fever. That's just that's how what we do in Indiana. Indiana's not a New York or Miami or California. We're a big city, but we're a big city in the Midwest, enclosed. So we ain't going to the beach. We don't got no big amusement parks. You know what I'm saying? We ain't got no, that's not, we watch sports here. That's what we do. We're diehard sports fans, from NASCAR to Indy 500 to football, basketball, high school sports. So yeah, you asking where was the IU fans at? You see the IU fans came out in droves. We here, but I mean, when you're the worst team in the NCAA, what do you want us to say? You know what I'm saying? What do you want us to say? You said let an IU fan, let a Hoosier be proud of being a Hoosier. You know what I'm saying? When Ohio State and Michigan and Alabama and Clemson and Georgia, when y'all running the table, you know what I'm saying? Y'all can talk all y'all want. Ain't nobody asking where the Georgia fans coming from. You know what I'm saying? We the IU fans. You know what I'm saying? I mean, what do you want us to say? I mean, you can't heard nothing from us because we ain't had nothing to tell y'all about. Now we got something to tell y'all about. Now y'all listening. You know what I'm saying? Now y'all listening. So, I mean, now you can hear us. You know what I'm saying? So that's where the IU fans came from. It's not that the IU didn't have any fans. Yeah, they have fans, but I mean, we didn't have nothing to cheer for. So now we got something to cheer for, got something to talk to y'all about. And, here we are.
And one thing I'm not going to do is apologize for standing on my team. Indiana football, Indiana sports, that's my passion. And I'm not going to explain to anybody's coming on these posts or reels, anything we put out there asking where our Hoosiers football fans coming from. We coming from everywhere. That's what it is, because Indiana has the largest alumni base at all schools. So you seeing football fans come from all parts of the world or all parts of the country. And y'all mad because y'all woke up a sleeping giant. Y'all didn't let one of the most passionate fan bases, the largest fan base, y'all didn't woke us up. And we going to talk about it, and we going to love on these Hoosiers, and we going to thump our chest and be proud because we did something that I don't believe anybody could have done. It's not only the greatest story, but possibly the greatest team in football history. We have the last undefeated teams in basketball and football. So yes, we're proud, and we're going to stand on it. And y'all going to hear from us until somebody knock us off. Because we rolling 16 right now, and we looking like we trying to go 32.
32. Hey, so that's a fact.
And now the only thing we got to get right now, we got to get this IU basketball team back rolling because, IU basketball be looking good. We riding a 2-game win streak. We done beat Purdue in Assembly, Simon Scott Assembly Hall last week. We beat UCLA on the road this weekend. Now looking ahead, we have USC coming this week. We still out in LA. We have to play them out there. So hopefully we keep this ball rolling because we need Indiana basketball to be great as well too. When you have a dominant football program and a dominant basketball program, the revenue share that's going to be in the Big Ten, that's going to put us right at the top. We need that revenue dollar coming in so we can continue to get quality players because you can have a great scheme, you can have great coaches, but you need great talent as well too. So with the winning comes more money. So I'm hoping IU basketball can continue its trend. We already won 2, and the bottom line for me is, here's the bottom line for me. I love winning 2 games in a row, but Indiana basketball has to make the tournament. That's all I care about. That's the only thing that matters in my head. Will IU basketball make the tournament? How you feel about Indiana's success recently, cousin? Going forward, especially going into February, March.
Yeah, no, I feel like they put themselves in a position to make the tournament. Under Mike Woodson, when was the last time? Did Mike Woodson even did he make the tournament? When was the last
2 times. He made it 2 out of 4 years.
Yeah, 2 out of 4 years, but we haven't been there since 2023, 2022.
Yes, yep.
Yeah, so I mean, right. So I mean, that's the bare minimum. That's the bare minimum. I don't want to see no NIT. I don't want to, when it comes to Hoosiers, I don't want to see that. We got to be in the, March Madness, the big tournament. So and that's at the very least. What we do after that is, it is what it is. But I will say, Coach DeVries, it's his first year in. Everybody transferred out last year. Everybody's gone. So he's starting fresh. He was starting with a clean slate, which is a good thing. It could be a good thing sometimes. So, I know Kirk Signetti and the football team put a lot of pressure on Coach DeVries, but don't feel none of that pressure right now. It's your first year with a whole new roster, whole new everything, So, but you see how IU is coming behind they Hoosiers football and basketball. And you thought IU football had a following. You ain't seen IU basketball fans. IU basketball fans might be the best fans in the world. So once Coach DeVries gets that basketball team right and get them rolling, man, I think you can expect some big things out of them. So but yeah, like you said, it's necessity. It's a must that we make that tournament though, because we gotta see the Hoosiers in that tournament.
And I think it's fair. I like what you said, cuz, because I think it's fair to give Coach DeVries a pass this year. I still want us to make the tournament, but I know he was playing behind the 8 ball last year because we didn't hire assistant coaches well into going into the until deep into the spring. We were still hiring our assistant coaches, so he didn't have a staff in place to do the groundwork and the footwork to get behind the scenes to get these transfer portal players locked in. Because let's be honest, those is deciding they gonna enter the transfer portal well before the season start, and you having back channel talks with agents and parents and some assistant coaches like, oh, you thinking about put your name in the transfer portal come April, you come over here. We're gonna have a spot ready for you. So, we didn't have that type of dialogue going on behind the scenes. But this year we do. And so I expect us to come out in this portal this year, come out ready. But that's looking ahead. We gotta focus on right now.
Right.
And right now we gotta beat USC tomorrow. We've had a great jump, I believe, in the Torvik rankings. And in the computers, we jumping up good. We making good progress, but we still have to keep winning games. Put yourself in the tournament and give yourself a position to make that tournament, and you do that by winning. We still got tough games coming up. We still play Michigan State at home. We still have to go play Purdue on the road. We play Illinois on the road. So nothing's gonna be easy, but to those who put the work in, the reward, they reap the reward. So we rocking with the Hoosiers. Let's hope we can continue this. Now, with the Pacers, we took an L tonight, as we should, because we don't have a very good team right now, in my opinion. Just I know on the surface people gonna say, yeah, I only missed Tyrese. No, we need a legitimate big man, a
Mhm.
real threat. I like Huff what he does. I love his unique dunk package, but we need a real threat down there, a real protecting big man. We need our point guard back. So I think we had won like 2 games straight. We lost tonight. The goal is to try to stay within that top 4 to give us a 14% chance of getting that number 1 pick. So, how do you feel about the Colts balance? Are you embracing the tank, or do you want us to keep winning? And then also, cuz who you looking at in the draft that could potentially change this franchise around?
Yeah, man, I'm. It's so tough, man. It's so tough coming off of last year, talking about embracing the take, man. But I think we kind of see that, man, with Halliburton went down. Um, and it's tough, man, because as a Pacers fan, I want to see Nemhard kill. I want to see Neesmith, Pascal Siakam. I want to see all them dudes kill. But at the same time, I'm like, damn, we really know where we're at this season. Like, we know we're not making that finals run like we did last year, especially without Halliburton. And I like how you said, like, it's not all about Halliburton, but it kind of is, man. That's our star, man. That's our guy. So I love how Andrew Nemhard is stepping up. That's what I'm gonna say. And I know he's been hurt a little bit here and there, but and Andrew Nemhard is really coming into his own, and I think he's making himself real valuable to the Pacers. So shout out to Andrew Nemhard. Of course, Pascal Siakam, he's our all-star. But when it comes to our guy, our superstar, we need Halliburton out there. So do I embrace the tank? Yes. Say yes, because we do have some killers in this draft. And we need one of them top 3 picks. That's all I'm gonna say. We just need 1, 2, or 3. Anything after that, I ain't looked too far down the list after that, but we need 1, 2, or 3. And the thing is, they said the biggest killer, like we was talking to Guru earlier, my brother, and they said the biggest killer in the draft is Peterson, excuse me. So I don't know. Do we need another guard? I mean, we can always use guards. I learned that from you, because you said that's you win games with the guards, man. Of course, you need a big. That's a fact. You need a big. You need a killer in the middle, but you can't get no buckets, without them guards out there. So I'd love to see Derek Patterson, AJ Diabasa, and then the Boozer twins, Cameron Boozer. So I'll take any of them 3. So we just need to get a top 3 pick. But yeah, I guess embrace the tank, man, and let's get ready for Halliburton 2027. That's what I'm here to see.
Absolutely, and I'm with you. I'm right there with you. I embrace the tank. Well, when it's time to tank, it's time to tank. Don't start winning games, man. Because when Indiana football team, basketball team, once we tank, usually good things come afterwards. We seen it in 2012 or 2011. We was suck for luck. We ended up getting Andrew Luck. But here's my question, or here's my thought process, and here's what I'm seeing. As much talent as Darren Peterson has, the way he hoops, and I'm starting to question, like, he's a pure talent. Probably one of the best scorers that we've ever seen come through, or one of the best scorers we ever seen come through. But does he love the game? That's what I look for now. That's one thing you have to keep in mind. You have to think about. Does he love the game of basketball? How long will he play? I'm not looking for a guy to come in for 5, 6 years. We're looking for the 10-year plus guy. We're looking for the guy that's going to stick around and who loves basketball, who can bring us back to the next level, because we need you to hoop we need you to bring us to the next level next year. As soon as Tyrese come back, we're ready.
Right.
We're right back ready. So I'm embracing this tank, cuz, and like you said, Darren Peterson, AJ Diabasa. I saw what Darren did to him this past weekend, and Darren looks like the better player. Even though AJ has the skill set, being 6'9", can dribble, shoot, but Darren just looks pure, like a pure killer. And I'm for grabbing the best talent.
Exactly. That's exactly.
So we gonna look for what the Pacers are gonna do. The trade deadline is approaching February 5th. Do the coach need to make a trade? Do we need to make a move to grab a big or anybody else before the trade deadline?
You mean the Pacers? Yeah, we. I mean, who do you think is out there? I mean, we definitely have pieces that can be moved. That's a fact. We got pieces that can be moved. Uh, and we can sell to the highs, but I'm not saying we in the same situation like as the Colts would be in. Like we don't want to give up too many pieces because we know we got a championship roster as shown last year. But we have some pieces that can be moved for sure. Especially you got to shop them pieces out there. You got to play chess, not checkers. You know what I'm saying? You got to shop them pieces out there, whether that's freeing us from cap space to bring in some bigger talent. But I just don't know who's out there that we could really, as far as like
Giannis. He hates Indiana.
Hey, he hates Indiana. But I'll tell you this right now, though, because everybody can go for Giannis. Everybody. Siakam, Mathurin, Nembhard.
What about Miles Turner?
But yeah, don't bring him back. What you mean? What about it?
I mean, if the Bucks if they having a fire sale, do we look at bringing Turner back? Do we give a bid to get Turner?
Nah, I think Turner made his bed, man. He got to lay in it, man. He went ahead and said, he went ahead and got to talking crazy about Hallie on the podcast.
When he did like that, when he did that,
yeah, he closed the book, cuz.
You know what I did? I did this. I set the fires in the book. Never existed.
Yeah, never existed. And then just the way, man, I don't know, man, just the way he played in them finals, man, and them semifinals, man, it's just like, you expect more out of your veteran big, man. Like, not to say that, I don't know. I mean, he's scoring single digits some games, getting out rebounded by the next series by Mitchell Robinson, just getting punked and pushed and falling on the ground. And, come on, man. I don't like that, man. That's soft to me, man. Then you get up out of here, go to the rival, the dudes that we knocked off, over a few twos of fruits, your contract. And then you want to go out here and talk about some Halliburton, he just feels protected. He feels protected. That's why he say what he wants. Hey, get on out of here. You're doing all that talking for what? You know what I'm saying? For what? You got what you wanted. You got paid. So now
what you still yapping for?
What you still yapping for? Now you go. Now go ahead. I was fine. Deuces gonna go over there and stink up Milwaukee. Go ahead and make it stink out there. You know what I'm saying? We was tired. I was tired of it, man. So, and and that's what I said. Like I said earlier, Indiana fans, we go hard for our people. So even though that we knew Miles Turner was stinking up the place, we was riding with him. You know what I'm saying? That was our guy. So but years before that, before we got here, they been talking about getting rid of Miles Turner. So yeah, let him go ahead and get on battle here. I respect him for what he's done for the Pacers organization. He gave us 10 years, 9 years, 8, whatever he gave us. Thank you, but no, thank you. I don't want to see him back in the Pacers uniform ever.
Some days when I'm real sad, because when I'm real sad and I'm thinking about the Pacers and how we not very good this year, I'll just cut on YouTube and look up that Tyrese last second shot against the Knicks. Watch that ball bounce on that rim and fall back through the nets, and suddenly I just smile.
Right. That's a lovely moment in history.
It's a lovely moment. That's to pick me up. Every time I'm sad, I just go watch some Tyrese highlights. I go back and watch every game-winning shot from the playoffs, and all of a sudden I'm happy again. I don't know.
Because was that not one of the sickest playoff runs in NBA history, though? I mean, even though you came up short in Game 7 and took the loss, which is probably the most questionable, debatable Game 7 of all time, because if Halliburton would have stayed, you see how he came out. But I mean, was that not one of the sickest playoff runs in history with the game?
The greatest playoff run. The greatest,
man. Only thing that would have made that the best. If we would have beat OKC in that Game 7, that would have made it the best playoff run of all time. But I mean, with all the game winners, man, who we had to go through, you know what I'm saying? That was just a lovely time in history, man.
So, and I think as Indiana fans, as Indiana sports lovers, diehard fans. I think we've been blessed this past year with the Pacers making the run they did, Indiana making the run and winning the national championship. But I tell you who's a fan base that's blessed, and I just despise it because I despise it. That's the
Don't
New
say
England
it. Don't
Patriots.
say it. I knew you was about to say it. Oh my god. I knew you was about to say it.
I hate it.
Man, I knew you was about to say it. Yeah. Yeah.
Man, another Super Bowl 60. They playing Seattle down there, and man, cuz it's like this year the AFC was wide open, and out of all teams, it had to be the Patriots, huh?
Man, it had to be the Patriots, the Patriots. Man,
The
I can't,
Patriots.
I can't hate on the Patriots, man. I just, that's our arch rival here in Indiana. So, I mean, I can't hate them. I ain't got no dog in the fight, man. I really, man. I'm not gonna lie to you, man. I've really been cool off of football. You know what I'm saying? I've been watching a little bit of it. I'm gonna watch the Super Bowl, you know what I'm saying, just to say I did it, man. But I could care less who wins it, you know what I'm saying? I just, you know. I was cool off of football, especially, seeing the Patriots doing what they doing, and we still stuck in purgatory, and we're gonna keep on spinning that same wheel. And I don't get the Colts, man. The Colts is like a sickening topic to talk about, man. I can't. It's hard for me to get excited about the Colts, man. Except for this year, I was like, damn, But they snatched my heart out so quick this year. I didn't know what to do, man. It's not a good feeling being a Colts fan right now.
It's like that meme where the kid's poking a stick. Do something.
Right, do something.
Do something, Coach, please. Please, man. Y'all got it's a sickening feeling, especially watching just how open things was this year. You have the Patriots versus the Seahawks in the Super Bowl. Come on, man. That's a I'm not gonna say that's an easy dub, but come on, man. It ain't no better chance to win one than this year.
Right.
Somebody got to win it. I'm hoping the Patriots. I'm going for the Seahawks. That's what I'm going for. I'm hoping the Seahawks can pull through because, I mean, that's like you said. That's our arch rival. Seeing the Patriots hoist another trophy post Tom Brady is going to be a sickening feeling. And I think Mike Vrabel is a hell of a coach. And that's another sickening feeling because he was a candidate when we hired Frank Wright and Vrabel ended up going to Tennessee. We could have had him then. We probably could have really had him again, but let's see, man. The coaches do something, man. This offseason, re-sign Alec Pierce, and you gotta make a splash because something's off. We can't keep running it back. I love every player on the team, man. I could vouch for all of them. A reason why to keep all of them, but everybody can't stay if everybody keep losing. Right. So I know it's gonna be some tough decisions being made, and I don't know if Ballard can even get it right. I don't trust his judgment 100%. Because it's the same story every year. We think we know what we're doing, but it just turns out that we really don't because we just keep losing, and there's no explanation for it. Whether it's not having an adequate backup quarterback or not having it's something missing every time. So. We'll just see what the coach do this offseason. All we can do is support them and hope for the best and look forward to the draft, look forward to free agency, and look forward to training camp come August, which is a long ways away. And it's cold right now, cuz it's so cold outside right now.
Let me ask you this though, cuz next September, game one, the coach tried out on that field, man. Who gonna be at the center? Riley Leonard, man.
Depending on what happens with AR,
look into your crystal ball, cuz I want you to look into your crystal ball. I want you to, pull out your cards, man, and tell me, man, September just came around. We in September 2026. You know what I'm saying? Who tried out on that field to lead the court? Game one. I don't give a fuck who is game one. Who's trying to coast out on that field, man?
I'm thinking Anthony Richardson. I can see AR trying this out. I can see it. I don't think it's gonna be Riley Leonard. I like Riley Leonard, but I think it's gonna be AR. I think we got one more year with him. I think one more year. I mean, this is really. I know it's just a sickening feeling just putting the franchise on his shoulders. Even though we're waiting for Daniel Jones to come back, I think Daniel Jones will be ready around that time. I just don't see him being quite ready coming off the Achilles. I just don't see him being. Yeah, you can't rush that. So I don't see him being fully healthy. So I think the only option is AR because I don't see the coach signing a free agent quarterback like Malik Willis because he's going to command top dollar in the free agency market. We already committed to Daniel Jones. We say he's going to be our guy. We're going to give him top dollar this offseason. But I think you just got to go with AR and just, hey, AR, we need you to win us a game or two or three or four. Get it started off right. And like Carly Ursay Gordon said, if this is the final talk. It's either do or you don't. So we'll see. We'll see what happens, man. But I'll tell you what's been piquing my interest because I've been having my eye on that we haven't talked about enough on Cold Game is that Indiana high school basketball right now, man. It's in full swing right now. The Hoopers is hooping and boys is out here killing. Cuz who's impressed you? Who you got your eye on? Talk to me.
I gotta first started off with that boy Cooper Zachary, man. Like, is he not the coldest piece in the city? Cold Game's very own. I know, his dad, Mr. Zachary, he shows as much love. Cooper was probably he was our first interview on here, wasn't he?
Our very first one.
Very first interview. We was excited to have him on. We're excited we haven't reached that back out to him, but we're gonna excited to have him on again. But he's definitely putting that city on notice, man. Cooper Zachary might be the best player in the state. So I definitely got my eyes on that Fishers basketball team. Shout out to Coach Weininger. Pike, I think that's a huge story. Pike, they got some killers out there at Pike, led by Jeff Teague and the Club 520 in the Morning podcast, so I think that's just a beautiful story for the city. Jeff Teague coming back to coaches, high school basketball team. He didn't have to do that, saying a retired NBA player, got one of the top podcasts in the world right now. And he out there, coaching those some young guys, you know what I'm saying? So, and he got to play at a high level. I think they played. Did they win the county? I want to say they won county. It was Pike and LN, I think. But LN always got some killers. I'll tell you, LN got an 8th grader, out of 7th or 8th grader, cuz I'm gonna figure out his name and I'm gonna get back to you. But they got some killers on that Fall Creek Valley, the 8th grade, 7th grade, whatever.
Oh my gosh!
Oh my goodness, cuz they got a little guard out there, cuz man, LN better do whatever they can to keep him around because he'll start varsity on any team in the state next year. I'll tell you that right now. So there's a lot of talent floating around, and that's Indiana high school basketball. You know what I'm saying? Football is we like that in football too, but Indiana high school basketball is the top, it's second to none. We got killers all around the world. So but yeah, my top stories right now is Fishers and Cooper Zachary, Jeff Teague and Pike. And then that's who I've been having my eye on.
Mm-hmm. I like that you shouted out Cooper. He's my favorite high school player right now, and not just because he came on the podcast and showed his love. He's my favorite player because he's a real killer. You watch his games; his stroke is pure. He's hitting up. I think his last 4 or 5 games, cuz from 3, he is going bananas, ballistic. Like this guy is put on a show, and he's only a junior. He's the young bull. He's the young bull still. So I think he has an appreciation for the game. Go ahead, cuz.
No, I was just gonna say I see it. His last 3 games from 3. He's 23 from 36 from 3 in his last 3 games. He's shooting 63.9% from 3. Against Carmel, he went 5 for 10, 50%. Against Franklin Central, he went 10 for 11, shot 91% from 3. And against Fort Wayne Carroll, he went 8 and 15, 53% from 3. So he's shooting 63.9% from 3 in his last 3 games. He has that flame on him, club.
Mm-hmm. If y'all don't know about Cooper Zachary, man, go look him up. For real. Dude is a baller. And if Indiana was smart, I know we talk about Indiana basketball, they would really, hey, Coop, It's time because I tell you, who ain't gonna let him. Is Matt Painter. Coach
Right.
keeps shooting that peel off. He's gonna be at Purdue. He already talked to him. So I already know how he feel. It ain't gonna take much. He's just waiting. He's just waiting. So, and that's any high level coach. If you want a pure shooter, you go get Coach. That's my favorite player in high school basketball right now in the nation. Because I love shooters. I love dudes who shoot the cover off the ball. That's what he does. So, because shout out to Jeff Teague and Pike. They doing their thing out there. Like you said, he could be doing anything else, but he coaching that basketball team. I don't know what his schedule look like, man, but he's putting a lot of time and a lot of effort because he got the podcast. They must do it at 5:20 in the morning.
Right. Hey, right from pod into practice. From pod into practice.
So shout out to them. Because if y'all, I know we've seen such an amazing growth recently, and we love the support here on Cold Game. We love the support. We love all our fans. We love anybody who's tuned in right now, who's watching this podcast. Thank you. Thank you so much because without y'all, I mean, we just, we wouldn't have anybody to do it for, man. So if you're listening to this podcast right now, make sure you like it, share it, and just keep supporting, man. Thank you. Because any last thoughts or final thoughts that you want to say?
Nah, definitely. We've been getting a lot of growth on our podcast. So yeah, like you said, thank you for that, man. And we'll keep trying to pump you out some good content, man. Y'all keep showing us some love. We're gonna keep working. That's what we started this for. And thank you. Yeah, thank you for showing us some love, and we're gonna keep doing what we do.
Cold game.
Cold game.
Cold game. First round draft pick.